Sacramento, California, the site of this international friendly between the Liga MX's CF Pachuca and the English Premier League Sunderland AFC. Tonight's match brought to you by Sacramento International Airport. Good evening and welcome. Alongside former MLS veteran Kevin Goldthwait and Spanish broadcaster Jose Reynoso, I'm Rob McAllister. The site here tonight is Bonnie Field. It was just a few evenings ago this Sunderland fell to the Sacramento Republic. Kevin, they're trying to bounce back from that loss but face a tougher opponent in Pachuca.
Definitely need to bounce back from the result last Tuesday, but really for Sunderland right now, what they need to focus on is this is their preseason. You need to get fit, you need to get things ready to go as the season starts in 2 or 3 weeks for them in the Premiership. So right now, focus on making sure they got a good foundation built, and the fitness is really, really top-notch at this point in the game.
Pachuca also coming off of a loss in Austin, Texas to Chivas, but Jose, looks like they played a much better club than it really seemed in that match there.
Oh yeah, they played a very, very strong first half, and they dominated most of the second half. The problem is they brought in the young kids, took out the veterans, and the goal came in the 84th minute. But they're also in their preseason. They start their league next week.
It's all about getting ready for when it really matters here tonight. So let's learn a little bit more about your opponents. We'll begin with Sunderland AFC, the club that was created 136 years ago, located in Sunderland, England. Today, more of an industrial city along the eastern coast. Now, the club, also known as the Black Cats, play their home match in the historic Stadium of Light. Last season, the team narrowly avoiding relegation by finishing the season 3-3-3. Founded in 1879, they've had early success, but as of late, Kevin, they've had some struggles.
Definitely had some struggles, but really right now, Sunderland's been kind of bouncing in between the Premiership and the First Division, the Championship for the last 20 years. Been in the Premiership for the past 8 or 9 seasons now. Really had a fantastic finish to the season last year. Goals with Jermaine Defoe scoring goals that are absolutely world-class, keeping them up in their Premiership. But right now, what they need to focus on is really moving forward next season. Everything looks great on paper for Sunderland, but can those players on paper translate into results, into points next season? So right now, that's got to be the main focus for Sunderland in my mind.
Well, the training ground begins here in North America. See if they can take it back to the Premier League coming this fall. Let's learn a little bit more about Pachuca from Liga MX. The club calls the state of Hidalgo home and resides in the city of more than 275,000 people. Well, those Tuzos in their white and blue home kits play in the Estadio de Hidalgo in front of 27,000 fans per contest. Founded in 1901, Pachuca, one of the founding members of Liga MX, have won 4 CONCACAF championships. The latest, however, Jose, not coming since 2010. They've been a little bit of a dip here in the last few years.
Exactly. So they're rebuilding. They've got a very young squad led by some great veterans and Oscar El Conejo Perez and Aquivaldo Mosqueda. So this is going to be a very important game for them tonight.
This should be a great matchup here tonight in Sacramento, California. We'll find out who the starting 11s are coming up after this.
Indomitable. Like the trees that surround us, our roots run deep, our foundation strong. This is a game played to the sound of chants, to the sound of anthems. This game is played to the sound of glory. We are Sacramento. Indomitable we stand. For the Republic we stand.
Love means never having to say,
I love you.
Thanks.
Hang on, let me just...
Mike and Molly.
Weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on CW31.
Signature service, Bay 1.
At Jiffy Lube, we want you to have it all. Expertise and convenience. That's why with our range of services and our award-winning training program, you can be sure to find our expert technicians around almost every corner.
All good?
Sure is. See you next time.
Thank you.
Visit JiffyLube.com for deals and locations around every corner. Jiffy Lube, leave worry behind.
At UC Davis, the lives we touch inspire us. One team, one choice. One UC Davis.
Live from Sacramento, California, here at Bonnie Field, Pachuca, Sunderland, Liga MX, the English Premier League, going head-to-head here on a warm evening in Northern California, nearly triple digits, 100 degrees Fahrenheit here this afternoon. It's going to be a hot one. Let's get your starting lineups for each of these clubs, and we'll begin with Pachuca here this evening, a club that features one of Mexico's all-time greats, goalkeeper Oscar Perez. Jose.
That's it, Oscar El Conejo Perez on the defense, number 18, Joaquin Martinez. Hugo Rodriguez, number 4, Aquivaldo Mosquera, another veteran. Number 3, number 12, Heriberto Olvera. In the midfield, Eric Gutierrez, number 15, number 16, Jorge Hernandez, number 27, Jonathan Urretas Vizcaya. In the forwards are number 11, Ruben Bota, number 8, Irving Lozano, and number 9, Ariel Nahualpan.
Very strong lineup here. A lot of the first team members here. Now let's move on to the other side, and their brand new away shirts and kits, that bright green Kevin Goldthwait. Sunderland AFC once again. John O'Shea, Wes Brown really highlighting the back four. And they'll be, for the goalkeeper tonight will be Jordan Pickford, Billy Jones, and also Adam Matthews out on the right wing. In the midfield, Lee Cattermole, Emmanuel Giaccarini, Jack Rodwell, Stephen Fletcher, Connor Wickham, and Jermaine Defoe, as you have Fletcher up top and Wickman and Defoe out on the wings, Kevin.
Right, who I'm looking at right now is Giaccarini and Wickham in the middle. See if they can combine. It's going to be interesting how they go through and play this game against this Mexican club. As advocates, they can get a good look at him sizing his squad up right now. But we'll see how we come out. It's always fun to watch these games, these international games, where you have two different styles of play coming together, and see what happens tonight.
So Dick Advocat, the 67-year-old who took over at the end of the season, and for Pachuca, Diego Alonso, the Uruguayan national, who played from 1995 to 2011, the striker, a very good, played in Argentina, Spain, Mexico, and China. About to get underway here at Bonnie Field tonight alongside Kevin Goldthwait, Jose Reynoso. I am Rob McAllister. We appreciate you tuning in here wherever you are. A start time of about 9:30 in Mexico. And for those supporters out for Sunderland in the UK, you are brave and you are dedicated. 3:30 in the morning. So I imagine many of you will be watching this on the replay, but we do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. So we will see Sunderland from right to left here to the north end here at Bonnie Field, and they are in the brand new kits, those bright green shirts, and wow, they are definitely bright. And underway we go as Pachuca will head to left to right, and the black and white stripes. Early get-go here for Connor Wickham, the 22-year-old, a very strong forward and striker, and is going to send one low and in the box here, and back comes Pachuca quickly.
That's number 16. That's Mr. Hernandez, El Burro as he's known, the donkey. Why? I didn't have a chance to ask him.
It's not the greatest nickname as a soccer player, I'll tell you that much, Jorge.
88 appearances with Pachuca, joined in 2012. 26 years old. Had some time with the Mexican national team as well, as this one sent back to the goalkeeper, Oscar Perez. Talking about an all-time great goalkeeper here. I mean, 42 years old, still in Liga MX. I mean, there's not a lot you can't say that he doesn't do great, is Oscar Perez.
Exactly, 3 World Cups. He's played in 3 of the biggest games in the world, and he's still there, and he's doing fine, and he is one of Mexico's best goaltenders.
Yeah, not many people in the world that have played in 3 World Cups. And to see someone out here in Sacramento, it's kind of a little special treat, really, for some of the diehard soccer fans tonight. But that's just a fantastic, fantastic thing to have in your back pocket down the road to tell your grandkids that you played in 3 World Cups. That's amazing.
Exactly, and a quality human being, too.
Pachuca making a run, quickly cleared by John O'Shea. Back in the middle of the park, here's Emmanuel Giaccarini. Giaccarini playing nearly all 90 minutes in the loss to the Sacramento Republic here on Tuesday night. Wind starting to pick up off the river here. It's a little bit cooler here as Jorge Hernandez tries to settle his club down a little bit. Jose, let's get your keys to the match here for Pachuca. What do they need to do to secure a win here?
Well, they got to get Nahualpan focused. He just got with he met the team here in Sacramento, having was getting nationalized. So now he is a Mexican national. So he was a little late in getting here. He just got into Sacramento, flew into Sacramento. So he is key up front, and obviously Aquivaldo Mosqueda in the back.
Now, Joelpan, Jose, that's got to be great for the roster numbers just to have a Mexican national. It's got to count differently towards what sort of homegrown players you have and nationals you have. So it's got to be a pretty big number, or a pretty big thing for someone to come in and get nationalized like that. So it's got to be great news for Pachuca.
The right side working here is Butler. And quickly up.
Yeah, soft foul given here. Played quickly as well.
Into the middle of the park, and it cleared again. John O'Shea. Manchester United all those years, such a solid center back. See how much he has left in the take here is a revamping of this Sunderland team. And in an interview, Lee Cattermole said this is a club that for the first time in years, he feels re-energized about, Kevin. This is a team that barely avoiding relegation a season ago. And here they are. They're feeling a lot better. They've made a lot of additions in the offseason. Jermaine Lenz, Jonas Cabal just announced both of those will make their debuts in Canada. So a couple of big-time defenders shoring up a defense that had some struggles last year.
Yeah, they'll be meeting the team in Toronto in the next couple of days. I think Sunderland's leaving tonight to head back east. But it's big, big news for them. And we talked about in the pregame, Rob. I mean, on paper, Sunderland is a very, very good squad. It's just a matter of some of these puzzle pieces working a little bit better together. You got Jacarina, who last year I think was injured kind of in and out, maybe a bit of a disappointment. But you need guys. You got Defoe now coming in, a proven goal scorer, a bit up there in age at 32, 33 years old, but still should be able to score some goals. Young guys right here on the ball is a great example as well.
Here's Rodwell with a shot! Strikes it from outside the box, and Sunderland's on the board. And Jack Rodwell just had 3 goals and couldn't stay in the lineup last season. Gets a big one here early on in the 5th minute. Kevin Goldthwait.
Right on cue right here. Rodwell's taking his touches. Pachuca needs to come out, close this ball down. You can't let him come in that close. Talent like Rodwell is going to pull the trigger, and he finds the bottom right corner. It's just Pachuca maybe just finds the wickets there. Probably didn't engage Rodwell nearly quick enough. Rodriguez I'm talking about here should have stepped maybe a little bit earlier, close the ball down, make Rodwell make a decision, 30 yards out rather than 20, 25 yards out. But a good finish nonetheless by Rodwell, Rob.
Oscar Perez diving to his right. Defensively, a bit of a breakdown. Too much room for Jack Rodwell, Jose.
Exactly, and number 4 is one of the young kids on the squad. So there he demonstrated the lack of
the youth. We'll call it youth, right?
Let's call it youth.
Yeah.
But he was. Got surprised.
And Jose, you're absolutely right. The youth and experience right there is probably evident. And as you get older and you see some of these, older center backs that don't necessarily have the athleticism that a guy like Rodriguez probably does have, but they have the savviness to know that I need to step up. And it's not a big athletic move that you got to do. Just you have to engage and slow people down, make them make decisions, which is a big part of the defensive role, is making people make decisions and forcing them to the way that you want, where you have cover is a big part of that too.
Back comes Pachuca into the attacking third, diving into the middle. They'll take a shot on goal. Sends it down low. An easy pickup for Jordan Pickard, the Englishman.
Exactly the way they played it there. The experience of Nahualpan. That's what they need to do. They need to teach the young kids. And once they get that flow going, it's going to be a tough team.
Seeing Nahualpan walk out this evening, didn't realize how big of a guy he is, and that's a good example. A good back to goal striker right there with a great little layoff with a strike on goal. So that's what you want to see with your big body forwards wearing the number 9 jersey. Now you want the big, strong back to goal, lay it off, get the ball wide, get in the box, and get yourself involved in crosses.
And sort of hitting his prime at 27 years of age. 9 goals and 25 appearances a season ago as a foul is drawn, and Butler will get right back up. But here's a guy really starting to peak at the right time for Pachuca.
Like I said, they need it because they haven't been to the big show in a while, and the last time they did, they played against their sister team, Leon, and lost in the final.
Hernandez restarts.
And Jose, I imagine Pachuca's a pretty difficult place to go and play. Maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago, I played for Houston, and we went down there and played a game. And we treated it, it's an elevation game, similar to when we're going to Denver or Salt Lake for that matter, where you really got to start thinking about how you're going to treat your body going into those games. And I imagine a big, big home field advantage for these guys playing at home at altitude and at elevation. I mean, is that something that you see teams starting to deal with when they travel to Pachuca?
Well, exactly, and that's one of the the things about Mexico City. Everybody that comes to Mexico City, it's so the elevation is so high that it's tough, and it's very many of the players that have gone to play in Mexico City sometimes they can't get used to it, and they just
that doesn't work. It's similar with your guys in Denver, similar with your guys in Salt Lake, where they just the fitness side of things that doesn't work for them. And it's always funny too, Jose. I remember there's every other year there's a new school of thought of how to treat it best. You go in early, go in 5 days early. There's a good little defensive player here by Wes Brown. Go in 5 days early, get acclimated to the altitude, and then 2 years later, remember, it was no. It's quick in, as quick out as possible.
Show up game day and get out of there.
Right, and now I don't even know what it is today, but it's just kind of funny where whatever the flavor of the year is, or some sort of study was done where proved the other study wrong, and that was the new way of treating altitude games. So just interesting seeing how that works.
Well, now a lot of the guys wearing the mask early on, and a ball through, and a foul is a collision. Down deep on the Pachuca side of the field.
Martinez coming in a little bit aggressive. I think gets his elbow up a little bit on. Yeah.
And worse for there is Stephen Fletcher on that.
Stephen Fletcher catches an elbow right in the back of the head. But here we go. Connor Wickham, big lad, Rob. 6'3", 6'4", young guy, strikes a great ball. Imagine he's probably going to be on top of this. Don't think there's going to be too much touch involved with this. Maybe just a hard-driven ball over the wall with the right foot. Don't know what John O'Shea's doing over the wall. The big center back's trying to get himself involved.
They've already got a goal early on from Jack Rodwell.
You know, their typical set piece taker, Larson, on the bench right now. But Wickham got a big right foot.
They had chances against Sacramento on Tuesday night. Here's Wickham, who's been on loan for the last season and a half. Sheffield Wednesday and Leeds United. Back here with Sunderland, 22 years of age. The wall is built from Pachuca. Settle things down, and Victor Rivas, the referee, blows the whistle. Just pokes this one over the top, and a diving save and block by Oscar Perez. Still a chance here. Right back in low cross from Cattermole. Easily clear. Now Cattermole back steps up again just outside the box, looking to poke it through, looking for Defoe. Now pushing, looking to counter. Can't do it. Gives up. Loses the ball again. Pachuca now on the run in the right wing here. And a foul and a whistle.
Rodwell slowing the play there. Play down right there. Not the worst foul to give, but want to get a good look at the set pieces. Wickham showing his technique and his touch. Elects to go with a little bit of finesse there rather than to strike the ball purely with his laces. Does a good job, gets it over the wall, just not hard enough to get by Perez, and Perez makes an easy save down to his left.
There's the Vizcaya. Pachuca just doesn't seem to be in sync here, and Sunderland taking advantage. Emmanuel Giaccherini into the channel. Giaccherini waiting. Pokes off. Billy Jones, the left back. Back
Great
in.
Ball.
Wickham with a chance. A diving play and save. Oscar Perez. Come all the way out. He's in trouble and sends it out of play quickly. A smart, savvy veteran move.
That's exactly it. Oscar knows what to do in a situation like that. Played it very well.
Cattermole looking for Defoe. Irving Lozano, just 19 years of age, getting the start here tonight for Pachuca. 9 goals a season ago. Talk about a bright star, someone who is young, just made his debut last February. He scored the game-winning goal in his first match with Pachuca. And it's Jordan Pickford with a bad clear and sends it out of play.
Yeah, we're going to get a good look at this try. It's a great little ball in by Jones. Maybe just a tad heavy for Wickham, but you know what? Perez comes out off his line quickly, is able to kind of quell that challenge, gets back up right away, retains possessions, and ends up clearing it out for a throw-in. But a good play there all around by both clubs. Great little ball in by Jones.
Pachuca still in the attack, settles things down here. On the run, Giaccherini.
Good little dummy there by Fletcher to Giaccherini.
Here's Rodwell. Rodwell's already struck one. Can he strike another? Just off to the right, missed the far post.
Just missed, Rob, too. That thing was hit hard. And you see Perez. Perez is not happy. He's getting up off his goal line, telling guys, you got to engage. We just went through this 5 minutes ago. Same guy coming down our throat, right down the middle of the park. Someone needs to get his head down early. And you see this, the veteran savviness by Perez right there, getting up, letting his guys know this is not acceptable. Don't let it happen again.
That's another day of class for these guys. And you know, you got the professor back there telling them exactly what to do and what not to do.
And hopefully they're listening. It's a great opportunity for these young guys to come in and get, you know, some experience behind him like Perez. He's seen everything. 42 years old. I don't know how many games, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games at the professional rank as he's on side here.
Here's Butler. Butler sends it across. Far post header. Malpen settles it down. Martinez. Pachuca, another cross in.
Good ball in.
Takes a nice hop in. Read well by Jordan Pickford.
Barada Vizcaya there does a good job. Drives the ball in with his right foot. A little bit of topspin on that. Actually dipping right towards that near post as Nahuelpan was there. Just a little bit late. Maybe the ball just a little bit too wide of an angle. And Pickford's able to pick it up.
Kevin, your keys for Sunderland tonight. I know that they weren't too concerned about the loss to Sacramento Republic on Tuesday night. Said it's all about fitness and getting shape for the EPL season this fall.
Yeah, that's what they're telling the media, Rob. I mean, it doesn't matter who you're playing. Doesn't matter what club, what level, what division, what country. When you put the jersey on, you put the shirt on, you got to go out there and fight and win. Doesn't matter what part of preseason you're in. You got to have some sort of drive and some sort of bite to come out and win games. And winning's always, it seems to be this contagious thing that you want to do in preseason. I remember all of our preseasons, you kind of, the season almost was reflective of how your record was in preseason most of the time. If you were able to come out, win games, and find ways to win games, it's just a good thing to do and a good way to really kind of to fight things out in late games during the first part of the season. So, you know, maybe saying that to the media, but if I'm them, I'm definitely thinking twice about that. Your initial question, Rob, keys to the game. If I'm Sunderland, I think you got to stay organized. They're playing a really technical side, Pachuca, with a lot of young, quick guys with some good, clever footwork. You need to stay organized and stay balanced. Don't get stretched. Make sure there's no gaps. And if you're able to do that, I think it's going to be really difficult for a team like Pachuca to be able to break down Sunderland.
A very technical Sacramento Republic club playing one of their most calm games, I would probably call it. The match typically favored Sunderland for mostly set pieces. And here's a good play, a header in, and it finds the back of the net. A beautiful cross in, and it is tied here in Sacramento in the 15th minute.
A beautiful cross provided by Ruben Bota right to Nahuelpan, and that's where that stature, that
big body. Look at that. Look at the athleticism here. Able to snap it back to the far post across Jordan Pickford's face. But the athletic ability right there for Nahuelpan to get himself up and get the ball with enough pace past Pickford. What a phenomenal goal, Rob. That's just that great class by Nahuelpan right there.
Great player is going to do a lot of great things for this club.
He's kind of going away from his own goal. For him to have the athletic ability to get enough pace on that to get past Pickford, that is a quite the feat. The core strength right there, the athleticism to get up. Great little goal, great little build-up right there by Pachuca to level things 1-1.
Just like that, it seemed to Sunderland dominating this match early on, owning the possession time. But all it takes is one good strike, and we are tied at 1. Looking for Defoe to make a run.
And Rob, that's big in my mind for a guy like Nahuelpan to be able to score like that. I almost consider that almost a half chance, Jose. I don't know if you would agree. It's not the best ball that you've seen. It's not driven in great, but it's lobbed into the box. Nahuelpan's able to get himself big and make a play, turn that half chance into a goal. And if you have strikers like that through the course of the season, that gets you points. Whether it's a draw, gets you in that 90th minute where you're able to score a goal off a half chance, or gets you 3 points off a win. But having players like that in your squad is absolutely vital. And it's something I think the Republic have been missing a little bit, Rob, is that one guy to score goals in the last couple of minutes that's going to really step up, turn that half chance into a goal. And I think Tommy Stewart's the guy that's going to come in and make the difference here for the next part of the season.
Here tonight, friendly on the Republic's turf in Sacramento, California, alongside Kevin Goldthwait, Jose Reynoso. I am Rob McAllister. We appreciate you Tuning into this one. We are tied. Pachuca, Sunderland, each with a goal. Rodwell and Noel Penn each able to strike one of the back of the keeper's net. First 20 minutes of play seem to be controlled by Sunderland. But Pachuca with a beautiful goal here that we'll get another look at here as soon as we get a chance. But you're right, Kevin. The athleticism from Ariel Nopen was probably one of the better goals we've seen.
I mean,
all season.
It doesn't look that fancy. It doesn't look that great. But really, I think if you have the ability, the athleticism there, just fantastic. As Defoe's going forward here.
And where he put that ball.
A chance and tough luck.
Right across Pickford's face. We'll get a good look right now as it's coming back across the face of the goal. Now Elpan going away from the ball. In that situation, when you're going away from the ball to get enough pace on it to get it past Pickford, it's completely different than when you're crashing the goal and crashing the ball. Easy to redirect the ball. No need to get too much pace on it. The pace coming forward is going to take care of it, but it's just a fantastic finish.
And a foul, and we may see go to the pocket here as Jermaine Defoe comes in hard, and it'll be a slow up. It'll just be a warning from Victor Rivas. Well, Sacramento International Airport makes every journey as easy as SMF, a uniquely flyer-friendly vibe and easy flights to major domestic international destinations. For more, visit smf.aero. How about the heat that Sunderland typically not doing this? We were watching them come in, and they had sunscreen all over. I mean, definitely the sun a little bit more intense here than the United Kingdom. Pachuca, you're used to this. This is a cold day in Mexico.
This is a great day for them. This is perfect.
You know, it's the best thing about English clubs coming over here, too. Usually in the 4th, 5th, 6th day, you start seeing some really, really red faces and red heads coming out of the locker room onto the field. Don't see it tonight, but they're definitely dealing with some
struggle, and Rodwell throws him down to the turf, and a yellow is thrown, and he's lucky he didn't get more than that.
That's just silly by Rodwell. You know, a younger guy, 24 years old, he knows better than that. There's no reason to do it. Looks like he's battling there with Bolta.
And Victor Rivas will try to calm things down here, and O'Shea and Brown come up to try to.
It was a good wrestling move there. That's all it was. And look at the position on the field. There was no need to do that.
No, he's got him by the neck and decides to throw him down. Just silly. Honestly,
those are the kind of cards that the managers do not like. You're just giving them away.
You're giving them away, especially when you start talking about accumulations. Absolutely, it's just a silly foul. No reason to do it.
Well, if you're Dick Advocat, here's a guy who's had trouble staying on the pitch, and they're just telling him blankly, you need to play better, be better if you want to stay really in the first 11 for Sunderland. And you score a goal, things are looking good. You've just negated all the good that you've done. Here's a ball in, looking for Nilapan again.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as you negated all of it, but definitely it's something that you're thinking, your performance is, you're 10 out of 10 to start, score a goal, you drive down again, get a good crack on target, defended well, connected well, and you go do something silly like that. But just no place for that here tonight, especially in a friendly. There's no reason to do it.
He's trying to find some history between these two clubs, and I don't know if they've played each other in the last several decades.
No,
as
far as we were asking, and historically, they don't remember having met someone.
Both these teams now in existence for over 100 years. Jermaine Defoe pushing and fighting. Both these teams struggling. And Kevin, you were right. When we talk about, we're just trying to get fit, these clubs are starting to get a little chippy here.
No, I mean, this is what you can't replicate. You can't replicate a match fitness. You can't do it in your training session, whether you're doing 11v11. You can't replicate this sort of stuff. This is why friendlies are so valuable for clubs. But you see right now, I mean, it's a good tackle. Defoe's maybe getting a little bit too handsy, I'd call it. He's pulling, he's pushing.
Martinez.
And then Martinez decides to just drag him down.
Little tug on the shorts there, bring him down.
In a dangerous spot here. This is we got the sun to deal with right now, Rob, as well, with Wright and Perez in his defense, right in their eyes. So you want to see a Jacquerini here drive a ball in hard.
Jacquerini taking the set pieces with Larson on the bench tonight.
A little wind helping you.
Jacquerini, good ball in.
Great ball in right there. Well defended.
Back again. Sunderland nearly strikes another one. Cattermole saw it opening and took it. just could not find that far post, and we remain tied at 1.
Cattermole doesn't really connect great with a great ball in the box, but well defended by Pachuca. Cattermole finding himself in the right position, strikes at one time, maybe catches just a little bit too much of it, not cleanly. Wickham was on the back post. Pretty sure he might have been offsides if he does get a touch on it, but in a good place nonetheless. And good job by Cattermole, really. That placement on the pitch, on those set pieces, picking up the second balls is so valuable to have someone that could read the play, anticipate where that second ball is going to be, end up either getting a shot or play the ball out wide on the flank to get a cross in. Kind of an understated little role there by a guy like Cattermole, and that's what he does so well, able to pick up the second balls nicely.
And here's a switch from Pachuca.
It looks like Pachuca is finally starting to find their game. They're starting to
playing a little more confidence.
Not lose the ball.
Great ball. This one's on the run, left side. Pachuca with a chance. We'll send a cross in, looking at it again.
Close.
Now Le Pen, so Ariel right there for another good look. Just could not square enough of it to get it around that near post. So we remain at 1, and we'll have a corner kick.
Get a good look right here. Well defended by John O'Shea, but now Wellpen's making a great run. Making a really crisp, sharp run to that near post, trying to get as a short corner, taking only one person out there for Sunderland, which is an issue.
Here's Botla again. Brown will come up. Pachuca just outside the penalty area. Loretta Vizcaya. Botla's had a lot of touches here tonight.
Good services.
4-3-3.
Got good services in the box.
A winger here for the left side. Strong, heavy left foot. Pachuca stepping up is Esqueda all the way up in the center back position for Pachuca here to the right side.
10 players of Pachuca. And
sent in, another header, and this one is just in the nick of a finger, stopped by Jordan Pickford, who may have caught a lucky break there, Kevin.
Yeah, Pachuca's doing a really good job right now, spreading the field a little bit, getting out wide, and Sunderland's having some issues right now with the ball served into the box, as we've seen. That's where the goal came from. A couple chances here. So if you're Pachuca, you got to think, maybe let's keep getting the ball wide. A lot of poor pass back here. Well done by Wes Brown.
And Jose, it looks like that back forward almost started to break down, and a good sign for Pachuca.
Exactly. You can tell they've gained a lot of confidence. In the last play, you had 10 Pachuca players on the Sunderland side, leaving Conejo Perez by himself. So confidence is building, and they're starting to play a lot better.
There's Rodwell, can't stay on his feet, looking for a counter. Pachuca to the right side is Berta Vizcaya.
Another great ball.
Over the top here, making a good run. Down low, and did again! Niall Le Pen has scored his second goal. A beautiful assist, and it is a 2-1 advantage.
That all starts with a great ball by Botla, played out wide. And once again, now Wellpan kind of did a little delayed run here. Well done by Pachuca. Nice patience, a tight angle by Nahuel Pan. Puts it in the back of the net nonetheless. But good build-up. That's a great build-up. That long ball stretching Sunderland, opening them up a little bit, finding that big gap, and a good ball served in the box right there.
Wellpan and Botla have something going right now. They seem to be
I was just going to say that quartet up front with Urte Vizcaya, Bota, Lozano, and Nahualpen, those are going to be key players this season for Pachuca, barring any injuries.
Yeah, if those guys can stay on the same page and stay healthy and start connecting, really, if that's what they're doing right here in preseason, hopefully that relationship and pairing continues to grow and evolve into something even better.
How about this, guys? As you look at Sunderland, who seem to really be playing well in that first 15, it's really fallen apart here in the last 10.
That's how quickly things change in this game, Rob. That's what makes it so interesting and exciting. You think you can have possession, only score one goal. And Pachuca's really settled in and weathered the storm. To get another good look here. Check out how tight this angle is. Good finish across the face there, but Pickford can't do anything. Tries to dive out, does the right thing, tries to intercept that pass, but just can't get to it.
For more than 161 years, the California State Fair has showcased the best of California. Best was celebrated once again through the July 26th here at Cal Expo in Sacramento, as Sunderland making a run here deep into the attacking third. Tickets for the fair low as $10. 6 for children, 8 for seniors, 30 for a season pass. Go to californiastatefair.org. Throw in here, it'll be Sunderland's chance here with Billy Jones. joined the club. Chancer from West Brom, 74 appearances. The 3 years he spent West Brom Albion. Open, just showing his skills all over here tonight. We've seen him do with a header. We've seen him with a quick touch find the net. 2 goals for Ariel tonight. And that is the difference maker, is Rodwell struck from outside the penalty area. Cattermole and company trying to get back in sync. Looking again over the top. As Stephen Fletcher very quiet tonight, and sort of what we saw in the EPL this last season. Went 25 matches without a goal, finally scoring on that final day against Chelsea. Kevin, that is your top striker. That can't happen.
Yeah, you need more production, simply put. But you know, in everyone's career, everyone's span of soccer, you're going to have a dry spell, so to speak, especially if you're a striker. But how quickly can you turn it around? Short memory, get back out there next season, start getting yourself put in good situations, good positions on the field to try to rectify that and start scoring some goals.
Interesting too, because Jermaine Defoe, who played out here on the left wing, he made it very clear that he is not a left winger. He said he's a striker. As goes up over the top here and battling here is Lozano. Pachuca will set things back up. But interesting comments from Jermaine Defoe, the English national. Clearly, Kevin does not want to play on that left wing.
It doesn't matter where you want to play, Rob. It matters where you're going to be playing. And right now,
cross in, another chance, sent right back out of play. Botla with an athletic move, could not find it defensively. Sunderland stepping back up, but you're right, Kev. It's about staying on the pitch, and for a team that nearly missed relegation, I think they got to take it wherever you could get some scoring chances. At the wings where he's supposed to play, well, that's where I guess they might best see him serve.
Yeah, you know, 32, 33 years old. I don't know, maybe his best days could be behind him. I still think he's got enough skill and talent to continue to play. But if Advocat wants you out on the left, you're going to be playing out on the left. I think Defoe might have caught something in the middle of the park as the counterattack was starting to break. So apologies here.
Burrito.
There's Hernandez.
Defoe's asking him some particular questions over here.
Wes Brown, 35-year-old, over Man U star. Both teams have seen the center backs really come up near the midway line. Sunderland looking for Defoe in the middle of the park. Here's Cattermole. Settles it down. Quick touch. Giaccherini. Defensively, Pachuca has been better in the last 15, and it showed on the scoreboard as well. Good counter. On the run, slowing things down. A wide open look will set things back up. Another good chance. Pachuca toward the net. They had a lot of good looks there, as you saw Mosqueda come all the way up from the center back position. Have a look at goal and could not slot one.
Yeah, getting your big center back involved in the box. Actually did pretty well there. Gets the ball on his right foot, cuts it back, finds his guy again. Little combination play. It's always exciting when you get your big center backs lumbering up the field, trying to make something happen on the attacking end. And does a really good job right there.
We've seen it a few times tonight, Jose.
Well, that's telling you that they're building confidence, and you know that he can go on up now and leave the young guys behind.
A little bit of trust, right?
Yeah, and I think that's good. That gives the players confidence. If the old man can go up and leave us alone, that means he trusts us. So that's great.
It's like no curfew at home, right?
There you go.
Leaving, you know, I got to take care of myself.
You know what's interesting? The Bota and the forwards, basically, this is really their first game all together. Nahualpan did not play in the Chivas game. Was in Mexico, missed his flight, so he had to fly directly to Sacramento. And the other guys had to go to San Antonio to get work visas.
Business trips.
Yeah, business trip. Well, you know, today is the last day for registrations for the upcoming championship.
So
they were hectic. It was a hectic week for these guys.
Mosqueda, the Colombian national, 31 appearances with the Colombian national team. Look at goal to try to make it 3-1 for Pachuca.
Shea coming in hard. right up now. Welpan right there.
There's Diego Alonso. 8 caps for the Uruguayan national team as well. A very good player in his day. And he has a pretty big task here. I mean, 2014, and he's being tasked with improving this club. It's a young club. I think that the ownership believes they have some talent here, and they should make a much better run here, Jose.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, and he replaced the legendary Ojitos Mesa, so you know he's got some big shoes to fill.
Liga MX, there is no such thing as being a safe manager. There's Roberto Olvera. Been in and out of the lineup. Homegrown product sends one. Good looking ball. Just hit the top of the crossbar. Nearly makes it 3-1 in the 33rd minute. And dangerous on the set pieces, and shows there with a great left foot.
Heriberto Olvera, one of those players that can surprise you at any minute.
It's right on that upper corner right there. You know, 6 inches a little bit lower, things in the upper corner. Could have an argument that Pickford's there and covered, but still great looking strike on the ball with the left foot. As Wickham using his elbows a little bit too much right there.
Is that just being guilty of being a little bit bigger than the other guy there, but jostling for position?
I tell you, 2 big guys battling right there. I think maybe just the angle that the referee's got going in there just sees the Wickham being the one pushing a little bit too much. I'm sure Mosquera on the backside's doing the same thing, so just unfortunate the way it works.
To the right side. Martinez sends a low cross. And now Welpan again. And he has made some fantastic plays, a back heel there. And I'll tell you what, Jordan Pickford is being tested probably more than he ever has been. This has been a display by Ariel Welpan.
Great little outside of the left foot, little flick there on target. Pickford doing the job in the right spot. But what I like to see, Jose, is right now coming up the flanks, specifically down Pachuca's right side, Sunderland's left side, getting a lot of action out here, getting good balls in the box, and now Welpan doing a really good job of crashing the goal, making the right runs, and the wingers on the flanks finding him correctly rather than, you know, missing him out on the far post thinking he's going to make the far post runs. Has done a really good job of crashing that near post, and Pachuca's found him really nicely for the last couple tries.
Diego Alonso called over Joaquin Martinez. You can tell he was telling him, come on, bring it down the line, bring it out. They know that that's a good way to tire this team out.
Yeah, and they're still talking down here too, Jose. You see in there discussing what it's all about, what he wants to see in the next couple of minutes. But I think they're going to have success, and right now I bet you they're talking about let's try to, you know, take advantage of this opportunity that we have right now down this right side with Sunderland struggling a bit.
And Botla to give it away. Pressing on was Lozano.
Pachuca leaving, going back to Mexico, get ready for the start of the season next weekend. So they're on a flight tomorrow afternoon back to Pachuca to get ready.
And one more stop for Sunderland. They're going to head to Toronto for a July 22nd match.
I would imagine Pachuca's fitness is probably a little bit sharper than Sunderland's right now. But overall, Pachuca looks a little bit more technically, a little bit sharper, a little crisper than Sunderland does at this point in the match.
Out of the mark. Just outpacing Sunderland here, and they're running all over him. Picks up a set piece, and now a yellow is thrown against Adam Matthews. The Welshman been put in this right back position, but may not hold that spot, Kevin, as we've got a couple of additions to Sunderland, and one more look at it is just outpacing. And it just seemed this over and over again by Pachuca tonight.
Just sharper, crisper, good technique right there by Lozano. Getting himself a good first touch, gets it down, and is able to move the ball forward, gets around right back Matthews, and Matthews kind of, Lozano does a great job of cutting in front of that angle, forcing Matthews either to slow down or foul.
Exactly. That's one of those fouls, that's one of those yellow cards that are accepted.
Right. All set in. But Lozano does a great job of drawing that out by kind of, once he gets past Matthews, you'll see him drift right in behind him, make him a direct line between the goal, the ball, and Matthews. The only chance Matthews has, or the only decision he has, he's got two. I'm going to slow down or I'm going to pull him down.
Exactly.
And decides to just, you know, keep running. And Lozano's going to get a little bit of contact, and he's going to go down, which is exactly what he did there.
Roberto Vizcaya the corner, and quickly headed and trying to push it up to the north end of the field is Jermaine Defoe.
But a good little, it's a little savvy move by Lozano right there. You see a lot of that, more of, we talk about the youth in Pachuca, the youth of this squad, but that's more of a veteran type move to be able to kind of slide in like that. And you make, once you start making clubs and making other teams make decisions like that, you're going to put yourself in a lot of really good situations very often.
Well, Irving Lozano is one of those players that has come up through the system, through the Pachuca system, so he understands what their philosophy is. So that's why he can make some of those veteran moves.
Right.
There's Billy Jones. Few touches here tonight. In the left back position.
Billy Jones, he's had one really good ball moving forward, playing Wickham in at one point, maybe in the 5th or 10th minute. But beyond that, a lot of balls in behind him and a lot of chasing and a lot of fending done by Billy Jones so far in the first 40 minutes.
Move to the left side here of the pitch. Rodwell, who has the lone goal for Sunderland tonight, struck first, but it's been 2 answered back from Ariel Melipan, and it's 2-1 Pachuca. Defoe goes down and picks up a whistle. It's not too late to secure single match tickets for Bonnyfield matches. August will feature 4 Saturday matches. The home club, Sacramento Republic FC, resumes league play in the USL. For complete scheduled tickets, visit sacrepublic.com. Discounts also available for groups of 11 or more. Set piece here, Kevin, but not a great scoring opportunity. We'll see what Giacorini can do with it.
Giacorini just needs to get a good ball in the box. Make sure you clear that 18-yard box. Get it. Hopefully you're landing right, maybe right around the penalty spot, maybe a little bit to the right, our right of that penalty spot, towards the corner of the 6-yard box would be a good place for this to land.
Looking for a Fletcher on the back post.
John O'Shea, two-handed shove there to Mosquera.
And Wickham.
Handball.
Off his hand, tried to volley it down and get something going for Sunderland, who has hit what appears to be a much quicker, more technical Pachuca team, or at least for the time being. And Sunderland trying to really use what they saw in those last 9 matches in the EPL that saved them from relegation, and see if they could turn that into some success in the following year. But it starts in the off season, and the trip here out to California has not been kind to them so far. Lost to Sacramento Republic 1-0 on Tuesday, and trailing 2-1 here as we embark 40 minutes nearly played here in the first half of play at Bonnyfield in Sacramento, California. Mosquera, middle of the park. Jorge Hernandez. Pachuca. Town just located northeast of Mexico City. One of the original Liga MX clubs. They have been there since the beginning.
The club was formed by Cornish miners. So a lot of this, they used to, Cruz Azul was a team that was formed out of workers from the Cruz Azul Cement Company.
And a lot of times they didn't really have a lot of the Mexican nationals playing even on those clubs for the first few years. And they used a lot of so-called foreigners.
And it's still very prevalent in the Liga MX, the use of foreign players.
Ariel Melipan wants a foul call, but now here's Fletcher on the run. Send it out of play as Oscar Perez.
Now Melipan knows he's getting pulled. Wes Brown's got a full leg all the way through his own legs there, trying to get kicked. Wes Brown doesn't even make contact with anything. Play is resumed.
Rodwell not able to hang on. Botla just wants it more. Now Botla in the mid-center channel. Rodwell recovers. Bot will take a step back, looking for Vizcaya. And out comes Pickford. Kevin, you wanted to call there.
Billy Jones looked like he might have got him a little bit as he's making a really good run out wide. To get another look at it right now. Look at Billy Jones, see what he does. He's pulling, he's pushing a little bit, kind of gets him off.
That's close.
Kind of gets him off balance there, but I think it was a little bit of acting
yeah, but if you're pulled in that situation from behind, I think, and that's it also with Pickford coming out. Arata, this guy, I think, makes the right decision, tries to go down, tries to draw a penalty. Probably could have stayed up, but I think in that situation, Pickford shouldn't be grabbing. Once again, Jones chasing in behind. People get in behind him. A lot of defending for him tonight, and a lot of the plays come down this side of the field with Billy Jones being the prime culprit for needing to defend better and making sure that his side of the field's taken care of.
2-1 Pachuca. Calapan with 2 goals here tonight. A beautiful header and a quick flick in the back of the net. Bala and Lozano have just played very well up top and in the midfield for Pachuca tonight.
Coach Alonso really wanted Nahualpan in Austin to play in the Chivas game, but obviously he missed his flight. So.
And here he is again, second chance, down off to Bala. Bala trying to give chase before Billy Jones can get there, and Jones able to slow it for the time being. Vizcaya will send a cross in. Headed high, still in danger for Sunderland. Giaccherini, out comes Wickham. Pachuca. Just a calmness about them. They've been quick to the ball, showing better pace tonight. Sunderland not on the same page. It seems that too fast, too slow. They're just not there, Kevin.
It's just a step slow and everything. Pachuca's doing a really good job at controlling the tempo. And it's always fun to see a club come out in the first 10 minutes and kind of, concede a goal and not panic. Kind of regain their thoughts, regain their composure, and continue to play the way that they want to play, which they have done, score 2 goals, get themselves back up and involved in the game, which they've done, and really kind of dominated the game since that point, probably in the 15th or 20th minute, Rob.
Not much of a breeze here tonight. A warm day in Sacramento. Sunderland's been training in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area. Had a chance to enjoy the city of San Francisco a little bit. Took a boat ride in and around the bay, and a lot of guys seem to have a very good time in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. But much cooler out there than what they're dealing with here. And for Tuesday, not an issue weather-wise, but tonight a much different story for guys who are not in shape. They're not as fit as I think that they would like to be. Still early on in this preseason, but it can get you.
Well, Penn needs some help here. Look at him work. Look at him work. Needs some of those front 4 to kind of come with him.
Wickham just a little too heavy off the touch. Defoe steps into the lane. Back to Connor. Holding his olive to be Joaquin Martinez. This is Jorge Hernandez, excuse me.
Maybe caught an elbow. A lot of off-the-ball stuff happening here in the first half, which is kind of interesting. Once again, Defoe involved in that. Defoe's been involved in 3 or 4 of these right now.
At Sacramento International Airport, everything comes together perfectly to make every journey as easy as SMF. From fast lines and our uniquely flyer-friendly vibe to easy flights serving major domestic international destinations, it's right here. Easy to follow your favorite team everywhere they go. Fly Sacramento. Make every journey as easy as SMF.
One of the good old Three Stooges movies. The thumb to the eye, that'll slow you down.
Yeah, Defoe got his hand up a little bit high.
A minute of extra time added here in the first half of play. 2-1 Pachuca over Sunderland here in this international friendly in Sacramento, California. California State Fair taking place just beyond the walls here at Bonnie Field as well. Pachuca add one more here to head into the locker room and extend this lead. They've played it well. They're likely going to kill the clock here as we're embarking on the last 15-20 seconds or so as Sunderland sets back, and one more chance. Udo Vizcaya making a decent run, and that will be the whistle from Victor Rivas. So the first half of play, Pachuca with 2 goals from Ariel Nalapan. A score from Jack Rodwell for Sunderland, and that is the difference here. 2-1 as we head to the break here from California.
Martin Cooper invented the mobile phone in 1973.
Hello? Yeah, this is Marty. Guess what we did?
Connectivity took a mighty leap forward. Staying connected is also the Mazda way. That's why the 2015 Mazda 3 uses cutting-edge technology.
Hey.
Hi. Headed home?
On my way.
To keep you seamlessly connected to the world around you and the road beneath you. This is the 2015 Mazda 3. What do you drive?
An international friendly here in Sacramento, California, 2-1. Pachuca on top over Sunderland at the break. Let's get a quick look at what you saw here in the first half of play. We saw Sunderland start off and really take control of this match, and I don't know if it's a fitness or whether or not Pachuca is just in a much better pace here in the last 20 minutes or so, but it has been a difference maker. Let's get to this. Sunderland starting off well and a set piece, Kevin.
Right, good little set piece here. Did a really good job moving forward. Some play back and forth, and then once they got a great look right here. Sunderland had a really good first 15 minutes. As you get a look right here, Rodwell go a little bit wide right here, but this is it. Pachuca needs to step up. He's got the young center backs need to step up and challenge. Get Rodwell's head down, and Rodwell does a really good job of striking a good ball in that lower left corner, goalie's right side.
And it looked good early on, 1-0 Sunderland, but back came Pachuca, and it all started here with Nalpan with his beautiful header.
No, Nahuelpan is doing a great job, and that's exactly what Pachuca needed. And he's a wily player, and he knows what he's got to do, and he's got the young kids that are going to be feeding him all season long.
That seemed to be the game changer. Defensively, Pachuca really started to pick it up. A good look from Cattermole here, and a couple of wide misses. Easily could be 2-2.
That was Rodwell again, too, getting his foot on it. We didn't see that in the initial replay, but once again, Pachuca from that point on, it's a great-looking free kick right here by the young left back. And then another goal here by Nahuelpan, but really dominated. Pachuca has, the last 30 minutes of this match in the first half. So Sunderland's got some thoughts to kind of go through what they need to do to rectify things, keep the ball a little bit better, defend better. Pachuca's done a really good job, Jose, coming down their right flank, getting a lot of balls in the box. It's been exciting to see them do that. But if you're Sunderland, you got to figure out a way to stop that, right?
And that's by design also, Diego Alonso.
The inaugural Fat Shark USA National Drone Racing Championships were here held at Bonnie Field yesterday and today. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that, but very exciting. It was a first of its kind competition, highlights innovation, competition, technology. They had it all here, all about the state fair and the core values. More than 100 pilots competing for a championship belt buckle and the prize purse worth $25,000. We're now going to send you down to the field for this award presentation, and it's been the talk of the town here in Sacramento, drone racing.
Thank you very much for us to invade your beautiful grass for the last 3 days. We had some really spectacular drone racing. I don't know if you've ever seen it yet, but you should definitely see it. Check out our livestream.com and see some pretty spectacular races. So we've been racing head-to-head over the last 2 days to make sure that we understand who is the #1 pilot in the U.S. So tonight we'd like to present those individuals who are outstanding with exemplary piloting skills. And with no further ado, I'd like to announce Jim Finnerty.
Thank you very much, Scott. It's nice to be here with you tonight. I'm Jim Finnerty from KVIE Public Television. It has been an exciting 2 days with the 2015 Fat Shark U.S. National Drone Racing Championships here at the California State Fair right here at Bonnie Field. It has been tremendous. People from all over the world have attended, people watching the competition. There were phenomenal races that went on here, and we know that some of you saw those on the live feed, some of you were here in person, and so I think we've been excited by this being the first time around, and we look for many more to come, so that would be just great. All right. So Scott mentioned that we have the winners here tonight, and we have some beautiful trophies. Scott, can I just ask you quickly, tell me about the trophy.
So we have 3 different categories. We have the team pilots and the perpetual team cup that's going to go from team to team every year. We have the individual champion, and we have the freestyle champion. And in tradition that's been going for over 150 years, we have the gold and silver state fair swag belt buckle.
Whoa, I like that. That's great. All right. Without any further ado, then, let us announce the winners of the Fat Shark U.S. National Drone Racing Championships for 2015. First of all, the team winner from Immersion RC and the fastest pilot on the team, Chad Noack, final glide. Get the team out here so we can see everybody who participated, because it really is a team effort. Somebody's hiding. There we go. Congratulations. Quite a team, quite the trophies. I like that. Congratulations to you guys, Team Immersion RC. All right, moving right along. Now, we're going to announce the freestyle champion winner in the Fat Shark U.S. National Drone Racing Championships. And, not going far away, Chad Noack. These are spectacular trophies. Congratulations again. All right, and one more category to tell you about. In our individual first-person view national champions, 3 people to tell you about here. In third place from the U.S., Ben, also known as Califrag. That's his handle. Give him a hand. Third place. Here you go. Congratulations. Great job on that. All right, let's announce second place from the USA, Brian Morris. What an event. All right, and now in first place with the individual first-person view, the national champion from Australia, Chad Noack.
And I have to tell you, he predicted this. If you go to our website, it says the Chad Noack ceremony.
Congratulations, congratulations. This has been a phenomenal event. We look for many more to come. And this was just a wonderful couple of days here at the California State Fair. And I just want to tell you, this has been an occasion that I think turned out much better than anybody ever thought.
We started planning this event 18 months ago, talking how can we take technology from drones with the talents of the pilots and the people that are pushing the cutting edge of new technology, exciting sports, and bring it together at the California State Fair. we became acquainted with Scott, and we said, this is the guy that can do it with us. So we put it all together, and Scott, the pilots are so impressed with your event that they have all signed a shirt that they would like to present to you tonight.
Oh, yeah, cool, thank you. Nice.
Don't wash that shirt.
Nice, thank you.
Congratulations. So thank you all for being with us. Thank you all for being with us. Give yourselves a hand for taking part in the Fat Shark U.S. National Drone Racing Championships here at the California State Fair. And now back to the game.
Sunderland, Pachuca, 2-1. Liga MX over EPL in this international friendly in Sacramento. We're going to have some stats for you coming up after the break and see what Sunderland has to do to get things back on track here for the last 45.
Get the most mouthwatering experience at Flame & Fire Churrascaria Brazilian Steakhouse. Picanha top sirloin, lamb chops, pork ribs. Still hungry? Flip to green. Good for now? Flip to red. Flame & Fire Churrascaria Brazilian Steakhouse, Highway 65 in Pleasant Grove in Roseville.
It's all yours.
It's all ours.
We found the one.
Our piece of the dream.
Home sweet home.
Here to stay.
Permanent.
Rooted.
Residence.
Relocated. I've been relocated.
Packing up shop.
Headed out of Dodge.
Hitting the bricks.
Calling the bank.
A short-term world needs a long-term bank. For great rates and step-by-step guidance from one of the nation's top mortgage lenders, call on U.S. Bank.
Onward.
Upward.
You get it. You know the difference between throwing some style and throwing your money away. That's why NorCal gets Honda Accord. More power and luxury than Camry, and it costs less to own than a Subaru. And look at the gas mileage. 50 with curves like that? Crazy. It's why Car and Driver named Accord a 10 Best a record 29 times. So when your Northern California Honda dealer offers $189 a month on a new Accord, you know what to do. You get it.
California State Fair. Best farm fresh. Drizzled with delicious. Topped off with adorable. The best 17 days of summer are back July 10th through 26th. Come sample the best wines and craft brews at this year's fair.
Welcome back to Sacramento, California. 2-1, Pachuca leads Sunderland at the break. It was just a few nights ago, Sunderland at the hands of a win, a defeat, coming from the Sacramento Republic. And take a look at this. This match started off very calm between these two programs, and out came the club from England, and it was a match that appeared to be all in favor of Sunderland, and it would not last as these two clubs going head-to-head. It was Cameron Iwasa who would check in and continue with a great performance off the bench. Kevin, a local kid from Sacramento, California, scoring the decisive goal against an EPL club. A great moment for the youngster.
Absolutely. I mean, it was really his second touch of the match. In fact, it was within a minute of him getting in there, gets his first touch on it and strikes a goal, puts it on the left foot. Beautiful little layoff and strikes it on target, gets a goal for the Republic.
Now for Sunderland, they seem to be in control of it, but they just technically could not get things going as we take another look at it in the flip here from Cameron Iwasa. And I think at that moment, Sunderland a little bit stunned.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good effort by the Republic. One of their, the performance, you mentioned it, Rob, it was really, really calm presence for the Republic going forward in that game, and hopefully that's a good platform for the next third of the season.
See what the Republic can do with that. Sunderland, see how they can bounce back. They're going to need some fight to get into this one. And let's look at your statistics here. As 2 goals from Pachuca compared to 1 for Sunderland. 2 assisted from Pachuca. And we have not seen a lot of set pieces, especially from the corners tonight. Just 2 for Pachuca, none for Sunderland. Kevin, I think that's got to be a big key for them in the break.
Yeah, you definitely want to. We've talked about it where the corner kicks, when you start realizing like how many set pieces, how many corner kicks you're getting involved in and getting on the stat sheet in that half, really is a show of how often you're playing in that final third. And neither team really dominating the possession, playing more so in that final third, but more breaks and more times I think Pachuca's gotten in behind Sunderland and created problems than Sunderland's gotten in behind Pachuca here in the first half.
Victor Rivas' whistle blows and we are underway. We'll switch sides here. We'll get substitutions as soon as we can mark them down. And a friendly like this, they're not typically sent up here to the booth, so we'll try to find if there are any at this moment. But Jose, you're kind of really looking at this first half from Pachuca's side. You wanted to see how they would settle in and get into their pace of play. Well, I think really around that 15-minute mark, they got right back on track.
Well, that goal in the 4th minute obviously woke them up, and as we call them in Mexico, a gol de locker room goal. In other words, when you come out and bam it in 4 minutes, they've already scored.
Right.
You know, it's a battle back, and they did it. And now
here's
they're
a
in
run.
control.
Ultra Vizcaya. And just could not get it. And
just too heavy of a touch right there. Poor giveaway. I'm pretty sure it was Larson, one of the substitutions coming in here for Sunderland. A little sloppy giveaway. As we got a quick look at it right now, just too heavy of a touch. Wes Brown does a good job of covering that. Orada Vizcaya, just too heavy of a touch. Finds himself in a pretty good position there early in this second half to double the lead, but can't do so.
Jordan Pickford. Bad giveaway here, Kevin. That cannot happen coming out of the goal.
It's just, that's sloppy, especially for, you're playing in one of the best leagues in the world, and your goalkeeper's giving away goal kicks, kind of shanking them out for a throw-in.
Now Pickford, just 21 years of age, likely 3rd on the depth chart at this moment in time. But nonetheless, if you're trying to work your way in, you've got to make a statement in matches like that. And I think we've talked about it in many other broadcasts. It's the small things that differentiate you between being in that first 11 and watching on the side.
Yeah, you definitely got to do the simple things right and do them correctly.
Another giveaway on the other side of the ball. Olvera could not catch up to it. It'll be a throw-in from Sunderland. Sunderland revealing their new all-green kits, lime green.
Still having a hard time getting used to them in this kit, Rob.
Well, it looks like Norwich City's colors.
Sunderland fans are going to be upset with you saying that, but it kind of definitely does. Just never seen this sort of a color for these guys. Usually the black and reds, really.
There's Billy Jones settling it down.
Great little giveaway there. Great little takeaway by Orada Vizcaya. As Rodwell not looking over his shoulder, seeing who's coming.
There's the star of the first half. Outbound with 2 goals. The left side. Sends across far back post. Billy Jones will give chase as Lozano just a little too heavy on that ball here. And the one thing we did see from Pachuca, Jose, was the service into the box was brilliant in that last 15.
Exactly. Very precise crosses and a good result.
They lead 2-1 here. Kyle Noapan. 2 goals. A couple of good looks from Rodwell tonight. Picked up a yellow in the 20th minute. Here's a counter on the spring.
Quick they counter.
Here's Lozano.
How quick they counter, Jose. It's just like, 2 touches and they're already going forward. Love to see that.
Settles it down. Looking for back post.
Well, they said that was going to be key to their success this season, the speed and the youth that they have. If they can get everybody working well together, it's going to be a team to deal with.
Really, I mean, and when you think about it, with how quick it's a difference of a half a second, but that half a second allows, say the back 4 or a center back to get his shoulders turned right or look over his shoulder to see where the trouble's coming from. But if you're able to counter off your first touch, as soon as you win that ball, Jose, and you're able to take that ball one touch and move it forward already, maybe find someone 10 yards ahead of you, It's a big difference as opposed to taking that touch, controlling it, get your head up and doing it. And I think Pachuca's got a lot of young talent that are able to get their, have an idea, have a picture before that ball is even getting to them of where they want to go. And the ability to spring the attack that much quicker is going to open up so many more chances for them if they're able to do that in the season coming up.
Betta sends it out of play. Quick throw in here. Adam Matthews. Close touchline to our vantage point here at Bonnie Field. Back into Matthews.
Pachuca management very optimistic. That's what they're keying in on, the speed and the youth of the squad. That's going to get them.
Yeah, and the energy that these guys can have, you know, it's a kind of an added little bonus. But what I like about it is you do have in your you know, kind of positions where you need leadership. You have it. Your goalkeeper with Perez and your center back with Mosquera. Having those guys back there to kind of really kind of anchor that back and see everything, and allows you to, for those guys to maybe kind of play the director role, the maestro role of not on the ball, but letting everyone else know where to go and how quickly we want to do it. So I think having those leadership pieces in those positions for Pachuca is going to pay dividends later down in the season.
Wickham trying to pick up a corner here. Will stay on his feet. Now he goes down, and
some frustration right there by Wickham. Wickham just showing his brute force.
Victor Rivas is going to separate them. Victor Rivas has had to break up a few scuffles between these two teams, and still in each other's faces here, and things needed to start to calm down here as both is into the shin of Wickham here.
Once again, you see the master, Conejo Perez, going out there to calm his
other veteran with it, Mosquera. But you like to see that, him coming out, sticking up for his guys, his young guys, especially with Wickham. I think what Wickham did was just completely unnecessary frustration on his part, really, and Mosquera not taking a liking to what Wickham's decided to do to his guys.
And he had already gotten, now he's getting a yellow card for it,
which I think is rightfully deserved. I don't even know if it sincerely wasn't foul to begin with. Wickham did a really good job, used his body, used his strength. He goes down, but I think goes down on his own accord. And then
he still gets a foul, which, you know, why are you arguing? You got it.
Exactly.
Let's move on. Now he's got a yellow card to go along with that.
Well, like, once again, not the favorite yellow card for coaches to see your guys get.
There's Sad Larson, 30-year-old Sweet. Chance with a good ball in play here could tie this game. They've been outplayed in the last 25 minutes or so. Sunderland has not looked sharp for most of the evening here. Here's Larson, keeps it down low on the ground. Defoe popped it way up out of how to hide. Interesting play there, Cole.
Yeah, definitely a set play, design play with Larson pulling it. Defoe probably just a little peel-off run around the back post, back up to the top of the box. I don't like seeing that big of a swing in that situation, Jose. You might agree. You don't need to swing that hard. The ball's already got enough speed and pace coming towards you. Just get a good, solid, short swing on it. Hit it with the laces and try to get it on target. I don't want to see your guy swinging ear to ear, hitting the ball over the levee into the river.
There, you know, put it into bushy lake.
Yeah, right. Kind of like a little, like golf. Good little run here.
Here's over the top, coming out of the box.
Kind of like golf with that short, compact swing is what you want to see in that situation. Not that big, wide swing that Defoe just showcased right there.
So Lozano made a good run. Pickford came off his line.
And the pitch is getting a lot of use here, Rob, right now. A little bit bumpy over the last 3 weeks. So not the smoothest of surfaces. Still a great little pitch to play on, but not your super pure surface that you'd like to see. But still, you got to know that.
And we've seen the weather. The temperature has increased the last several days. Much tougher for the grounds crew. Defoe trying to make a run on the left wing.
Good little turn there, but not enough pace by Defoe to get away from Martinez. And Martinez is able to get himself back in a good little tackle.
5 stages, 90 bands, and 3 days of music, food, design, and ideas. Tickets and travel packages are available for one of the largest U.S. musical festivals, TBD Fest, taking place right here in Sacramento on September 18th through the 20th. Featured performances include Tears of Fears, Chromeo, Madian. The details and full lineup, tbdfest.com. Here comes Pachuca. Broken up defensively, Sunderland able to recover. Larson trying to keep it and just poked away. Reta Vizcaya. And how about Jonathan Reta Vizcaya? He has played very well all over the pitch tonight. He's really done what they've asked him to do, and as a midfielder playing that box-to-box role. He's
going to be a crucial player in this squad. And like I said, the the front line is going to be a group that's going to be tough to deal with as the season goes on.
A lot of interchange too. Guys kind of flowing left to right, front to back. It's an absolute nightmare for back fours to deal with, because all of a sudden your mark, your responsibility.
Here's Larson, and it is Wickham and Mosqueda going back at it, and now Mosqueda will pick up a yellow card.
That's a little payback.
Revenge, maybe?
Yeah, might have been a little revenge move.
You know what, we're in for, I think, a chippy next 35 minutes, 40 minutes here with the way things have started in the second half.
So much for the friendly.
Right.
One more look at it here. Just two big bodies going at it, no doubt about it. Mosqueda wrapping his arm all around, and even Wickham with a little flick of the elbow at the end of it.
It brings a smile on my face to see that center back coming in a little strong, taking exception to the play a couple of minutes ago.
Uvaldo playing at Club America. 09-14, 7 goals from a center back position. 180 appearances. Here's Larson. He'll take a couple of steps back. Look back post here. Sunderland trying to even this thing up. An outplay tonight, but still a chance.
Poor set piece, Rob. You got to miss that first guy out. Now look, it's perfect counterattack ball, and Pachuca's doing a good job, and I've done it. Look at the overlapping run right there.
Here's Martinez taken down, and it's a shot wide of the net.
We had 3 guys.
Yeah, should have brought that, maybe pulled it across. You see Nahuel Penn's looking at him, maybe asking for the ball, bring it across the face of the goal. Give me something. As we get a good look right now, pressing the ball. Yeah, at least he had two. Yeah, probably the wrong decision, but once again, showing the counterattack speed that Pachuca has. Such a good little quiver, arrow to have in that quiver, or tool in your locker, so to speak, for a squad to be that quick going forward.
Let's get it. Settling things down here. Intensity is picked up. 4 cautions thrown tonight. Rodwell scored in the 4th minute. Alpan in the 15th and the 25th. 2-1 Pachuca.
It's going to be interesting to see how Sunderland handles the weather in this game.
Yeah, they're in preseason mode. They played a game. I mean, this is pretty much the squad that played about 60 minutes on Tuesday night. So you're on 2 nights rest, really, coming out here. I'm sure you're training, doing some regen on Wednesday, getting the light session in yesterday, and then coming out again today, and then dealing with the heat that we dealt with for the first half. The temperatures definitely dropped now.
A good run, Ovetta.
But still
dumping it off.
You got heavy legs. Hopefully they're hydrating, but it's definitely going to be a concern for Sunderland. No one even up off the bench right now, as you got Pachuca, most of their squad up and stretching, kind of getting ready to get loose, but no one for Sunderland up off the bench yet.
Here's Bolta on the middle. Lozano. Settle things down. Here's Hernandez again. Joaquin Martinez has come from that right back position. A lot of overlapping runs from Pachuca tonight. Pachuca's done a nice job of spreading out this match here, keeping it side to side. Not trying to force things here. Alpan trying to pull it up. Here comes Ron. A good run. Hernandez into the box and broken up. And it'll stay. And Defoe a little upset. Wanted to make sure the referee, Victor Rivas, knew that this was a possible advantage play for Sunderland, and they'll reset here. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, Jose Reynoso, I'm Rob McAllister. Appreciate you tuning in to this international friendly here in Sacramento, California. Sunderland, Pachuca. 2-1 advantage. The Liga MX club. Putting pressure is Fletcher. Mosqueda with a nice header to clear.
Billy Jones a little bit late. The late tackle, but we haven't even mentioned Fletcher's name probably in 45 minutes, Rob. Not what you want to be talking about when you're talking about your striker.
And he had a couple of good looks against Sacramento on Tuesday night. Nearly missed one that would have tied the match. Hit the crossbar. Sailed up high and over. Easily could have walked away with a draw on Tuesday, but not the case. Here again tonight, they find themselves down by a goal in the second half.
I don't necessarily think it's a product of Sunderland's, poor attacking play. I think it's more a product of Pachuca playing really well defensively and keeping the ball. And Sunderland's first responsibility or first thought really is how they want to defend and sort out the flanks, as the flank play for Pachuca has just been absolutely dominant today. So, maybe Sunderland needs to keep the ball a little bit better. Once that happens, then Fletcher can find himself involved a little bit more, make some good checks, get the ball to his feet, bounce it out, come back around the other side, start getting himself involved a little bit more if Sunderland's able to keep the possession a little bit better here for the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Well, it'll be interesting to see with Jermaine Lenz joining the club for the Toronto match, who in the midfield will move in or out of this lineup. As we've seen Larson and Jacquerini there, Rodwell, even Defoe out on the wing. Lenz is a guy who can score goals and he's got great pace, 27 years of age, pretty good get for Sunderland, who's trying to drastically improve the overall talent on their team for the 2015-2016 Barclays Premier League. Here comes the center back all the way up, Mosquera.
Pachuca controlling the ball, keeping the ball away from Sunderland. If you don't have the ball, you can't score.
Exactly. Especially when you're chasing the game, exerting your energy, chasing, defending. It makes attacking that much more difficult and that much more trying to try to get yourself forward as soon as you do win the ball. And sometimes when you're chasing for this long, as soon as you do get the ball, players think that's the time that they can rest, and that's the exact opposite. As soon as you win the ball, that's when you need to move even more. So it's just kind of, you got to kind of pull your bootstraps up and realize that you're in for a hard night's work if you want to pull this thing out and try to get a goal. But it is difficult work when you've been chasing for so long. Pachuca's doing a really good job side to side, front to back, opening Sunderland up. Good patience. This is good patience. We talk about patience a lot with the Republic, and Pachuca's doing a good job of showing this patience. Don't need to force it. 1-goal lead here. Be patient. So Shea's late coming in there.
And now Le Pen hits the turf hard in a set piece here for Pachuca. Their bread and butter, though, has been on the run. 2-1. Republic will host summer skills camps throughout the summer. 3-4-day camps are a great opportunity for kids of all abilities to learn various abilities. All you have to do is go to sacrepublicfc.com for more information. Now Le Pen over the ball for the moment. We may see the striker look for a hat trick. Already a brace tonight. Also lining up is Roberto Olivera. Striker, Le Pen is sent in, broken up by Brown.
Great little touch, great run.
Still a chance. Cross, sent high post, back over. Larson able to clear, find it right at the feet. Pachuca sending a hard cross in, looking for Lozano. Just too much on it.
Good little technique there. Great movement, plays the ball, moves it around, gets himself involved towards that touch line. Probably, I think, the wrong decision to try to hit a little dink floater to the far post. Would rather have seen him maybe look near post. I think he had Gutierrez flash into the near post with Wes Brown just a little bit behind him. So you talk about decisions in that final third. Probably the wrong decision, but a good run nonetheless. Getting yourself involved, picking up the second ball, playing and moving.
Gutierrez, quick start. Bota. Nice move. Inside, Lozano. Switch. Just outside the box, a little cheeky move, trying to send one toward the net, maybe looking for a cross for Le Pen.
Great ball across the face there. Off the first touch, would like to have seen now Le Pen maybe make a little crisper run, a little sharper run.
Corner kick for Pachuca. It's interesting how they still haven't got it. They leave the guy wide open on the end line, on the sideline.
Right.
Roberto Vizcaya. Ball sent back post. Pickford going to go and take a gamble on it. Punches it away. And so Jordan Pickford making the right play, but Pachuca retains control.
Second balls, they're doing a really good job. Pachuca is keeping winning the second balls, retaining possession, continuing to make Sunderland defend.
Just out hustling at this point in time is Rodriguez. The center back coming all the way back in. This is not a 4 or 5 man attack. This is all 10 outfielders coming and really putting the pressure on from the Pachuca side.
Yeah, a lot of that is probably a product of that was a set piece a second ago. So you got your big guys up top. Second ball's picked up. You're typically going to leave your center backs in the box so they can still fight for something. But you are seeing a lot of the center backs, you know, staying up high for longer periods of time, maybe even making piercing runs through Sunderland or trying to make those runs. As we saw Mascara.
Good ball here. Look at Uda Mascara. Just the Redicks could not catch up to it. Good run by Jonathan. Dangerous play again for Sunderland. A couple of substitutions on the way here. So Sunderland making some changes. And the striker, Stephen Fletcher, now out of the match. We will see Duncan Watmore. And Danny Graham. So here's Danny Graham. Right of the play, and he's already getting physical. Watmore and Graham putting the pressure on. Fancy footwork from Alapan, who's been so dangerous tonight, and quite a problem for Sunderland. Duncan Watmore, 21-year-old. Good play on the run. Here's Lozano. Lozano will take a shot on goal. Ricochets off the far post, and it's 3-1.
What a finish! Absolutely a cracker to the far post, and Sunderland just way too much space, allowing Pachuca way too much freedom, and a great little run there, and a wonderful, wonderful finish by Lozano there. Just an absolute with his laces off the far post in. I tell you, Pickford's got absolutely no chance on that, Jose. What a finish.
19-year-old. That's a 19-year-old Irving Lozano who is coming right from the system.
And you know how hard of a ball that is to strike as you're running with pretty much full speed, trying to get yourself set up. Ball's bouncing a little bit, strikes it really, really nicely, finds that far post and in. An absolutely unstoppable shot right there.
And the Pachuca supporters getting up and loving that one. What a great strike it was.
They're happy. Here comes a substitution for Pachuca.
It looks like Rodolfo Pizarro will come in for Jonathan Rodavizcaya. So a
good shift tonight.
Nice, yes, for 67 minutes.
Good shift tonight for Urata Vizcaya. Is going to go home feeling good, going to sleep well, knowing that he put in a good shift. So just going back to that goal, just way too much space for. And once again, what side of the field did that come from? It came from the right side. Sunderland's left side. Just so Billy Jones has got to sort himself out or sort something out. He's got to figure it out, for that matter.
He's been alone all
you're on an island as an outside back typically anyways, but still, you got to figure out a way to sort your responsibilities out. There's too many, time and time again, people are getting behind you. And that's how, you know, I would always judge how my half win or my game win. How many times are guys getting in behind me? And if I'm talking 6, 7, 8 times, I know I did not have a good game. If I'm chasing that much, I know something's wrong. Whether the midfield's not getting people's heads down enough, or I'm not having the cover that I need, or my guy's simply outplaying me, or the guys on that side are simply outplaying me. And frankly, I think it's the latter of all that. That right side for Pachuca is outplaying Sunderland's left side, and Billy Jones is out on an island and needs to figure something out.
And we're seeing Sunderland send it back to the goalkeeper almost time and time again, Kevin. That is not a good sign.
Not a good sign at all. No movement whenever they do win the ball. We talked about it a minute ago. As soon as they're working so hard defensively, as soon as they win the ball, people are trying to good little flip
Danny
on right
Graham.
here. People are assuming you can take a rest as soon as you win the ball.
And Duncan Watmore getting physical.
Well, got a corner kick out of it.
And you're right, Kevin. They've got to start making runs toward the net, not away from it.
Well, just moving off the ball. I mean, that's where it starts. And then as soon as you get yourself involved in that final third, then you start making that, you know, those crisper passes. But movement off the ball for Sunderland right now is non-existent when they do have it.
Here's Seb Larson. His club trailing 3-1 here. Sends a pretty decent ball in, defended well by Pachuca. Just not enough on it. Now Pachuca out and again running. They've run along that right wing so well tonight. Working his way in, looking for a cross. Niall Lopez goes down in the box, and it'll be a penalty kick coming up for Pachuca.
John O'Shea once again. Now Welpen just overwhelms him on that run, just too powerful. And O'Shea's got really no choice but to drag him down. So you don't even get a look at as now Welpen's run's already started. That's that sharp, crisp run that we keep talking about, Rob. Jose, clearly not enough.
And O'Shea is arguing that he fell on his own, but
not enough gas in the tank in my mind at this point. You're grabbing, you're holding in that final third.
Now Welpen looks like he's going to let Bota take this.
That's nice of him, right? Go for your hat trick now, Welpen. Come on.
Well, Bota with a nice service in the 15th minute. So Welpen returning the favor with the left foot, drags in, a stop, a second chance. Still up on top, Grutz right back up, another chance, a handball won't be called. Still in play, a scrum for it down low. Plenty of chances, and give a lot of credit to the youngster, the 21-year-old Jordan Pickford, who played it well, dove off to his right, read it perfectly. A little hesitation, didn't get enough on it, and Pickford was right there.
Poor penalty. Looks like Botla's there trying to either deke Pickford and get him to go down to one side or the other. Just doesn't get a good penalty, doesn't get a good strike on it. You need to find the corner one way or the other.
He hesitated, Kevin.
I mean, the hesitation's it's meant to kind of put the goalkeeper off his line or show his cards early, which I think Pickford still does, but Botla is not able to decipher that, make that change at the last second to go to the other side and bring it across his body.
The stutter step didn't work for him today.
No, I let him down. So now Welpen's probably kicking himself right now, thinking he probably should have taken that.
And they had 2 or 3 more chances in that possession alone on that penalty kick.
Yeah, Pickford does a good job going down, saves the penalty. I guess if you're going to really be critical of that effort there, you'd like to see him push that thing, parry it out, get it away from his goal. But still, he's able to get back up, make a save. Defenders are coming in, crashing the net, also helping him out.
And lucky he didn't get hit with a handball.
That ball's bouncing all over the place. But you're right, Jose, that hesitation let Botla down.
Just quicker, better first step out than all night tonight. Defensively, he's played well, creating chances for his teammates. And size-wise, CPL club definitely stronger, but the pace has done them in from a very quick Pachuca club from Mexico. Hernandez and Martinez out on that right wing, trying to create that triangle, set some good space. Let's get to the center back. Here it is. Pachuca with a 3-1 lead, trying to make it 4. Pick their spots here, guys. It seems that the pace slows down, and then they're ready to spring attack as soon as they find that opening.
It's the patience. As soon as you don't want to force things. Let things come to you. You don't want to force it. Be patient. Move the ball side to side, front to back, 1 and 2 touch. And here's a good opportunity now. Great ball for great touch.
Here's Lozano. Lozano just outside the box.
Just offsides.
Just by a step or so. Well, Sacramento hosts the first of its kind event with California Craft Beer Summit taking place September 11th through the 12th. The Golden State Signature Beer Festival will feature over 150 brewers along with new beer releases, educational workshops, and festival events. Tickets and packages available at CaliforniaCraftBeer.com. Lockmore trying to make his presence known. Back the other way, Pizzano. A substitution. 6 minutes ago. Lozano having a good night, dumping it off, finding a teammate. Strong cross, sent back into the box, into the penalty area, served it right back up. Too easy of a play for Jordan Pickford.
The player on the right side continues to be wide open.
Whether it's Hernandez or Martinez,
you would have thought there. Catch on by
that time it's Bota with a strong left foot has had a very good night. Technically,
Very nice service. Just couldn't get his tongue. Alpan tried to make a decent run. He has owned the middle of the park tonight. Clearly, best player on the pitch here. There's no doubt about it, guys. He's got it. Working is the left back, Lovetta. Lovola taken down, goes to his face. And it is Lee Cattermole.
A little frustration, I think, starting to set in now.
You're going to see a couple more of those, I think.
It's a frustration.
Absolutely. Cattermole coming in really hard, really late. No reason. It's the English in him, I think.
And for Pachuca, it's an opportunity to eat away at this clock here. About 15 minutes yet left to play here from Sacramento, California. Second friendly here for Sunderland. Trying to avoid going 0-2 on this trip to the United States. Set piece here for Lovetta. 25-year-old sends a pretty good ball in. No one making a run. Maybe just a tad too strong and allowed Pickford to come up with it. But a good outlet here. On the run is Watmore.
Well defended there by Pachuca. Again, simply just, trying to spring something quick. Sunderland is. Pachuca's got all their responsibilities handled. Retained possession simply. And once again, Sunderland's chasing. Who's got the ball again? Pachuca's got the ball as soon as it was given up.
Rotation from Pachuca on that backside has been very good.
A bit of strength there too by Alpan right there. Unfortunately, I think he probably deserves a foul there with John O'Shea pushing a little bit, but
Defoe off to the right side, looking for a cross in. Trying to settle it down as Danny Graham. Best years in 2012 with Swansea City at 12 goals, trying to regain that form here this season for Sunderland, is trying to work its way up the EPL ranks. 29 years of age. It's the right time for Danny Graham to show if he can return to what we saw him a few seasons ago. He's coming as a substitution here tonight. He's been all over though, Kevin. 11 different clubs. Trying to find a permanent home here. Possibly Sunderland for the last several years of his professional career.
handball here. Once again, Sunderland turning it over.
A lot of walking, a lot of heads down a little bit from Sunderland. Meanwhile, a much different pace from Pachuca tonight. Lozano, switch over the top. Lozano.
Just controlling the ball.
Newcastle will be here tomorrow night. Look away, Guedes. Lozano looking. Quick touch. Trying to find a streaking Pizarro. Back comes Hernandez. So Newcastle. Here's a time-wear derby between these two clubs, and I think there'd be nothing more than for Newcastle to try to pick up a victory over Sacramento and try to prove to Sunderland do something that they could not do a few nights ago.
Yeah, there'll definitely probably be a thought. Some of the guys, it's probably not going to be any manager information they're going to be talking about. But yeah, some of the guys are thinking about it. Well, Sunderland came in earlier in the week and lost to him. We definitely want to show our fans and our club that we can beat Republic here.
They're coming off a loss also against the Atlas. Milwaukee.
Sold out crowd here expected. More than 11,000 fans will pack Bonnie Field for tonight's match. Temperatures have drastically cooled here tonight along the river, the south end of the field here, and the wind picks up in the evening. It is for many of these players. Well, Sacramento not just a soccer capital, but a rugby region as well. Bonniefield will host international rugby in a doubleheader on Friday, July 24th. Pacific Island powerhouses Fiji and Samoa play 5 o'clock as a World Cup matchup between USA and Japan. Tickets are still available. Ticketmaster.com. So we'll have another substitution on the way. Fernando Madrigal, the midfielder. Come in for Ruben Bolta, who Jose thought has played very well tonight. Right side, here's Pizarro. Pizarro working down that right corner. Might have been deflected slightly, so Billy Jones. Now it's sent along the touchline. Danny Graham can't get to it in time, and again, Pachuca controls the possession. They've owned the second half, really from the 15-minute mark. Alpan showing some of his skills on top of the ball. Lozano gives it away. Matthews looking toward the middle of the pitch, and another giveaway. Back comes Pachuca. One more time. Pizarro. Pizarro losing it just outside the penalty area. Being held, trying to stay up on his feet. Does look at the dump off the right side. Gutierrez. Pachuca will settle it back.
Pizarro had a good game in Austin against Chivas.
A 3-1 advantage here. Not looking to rush too hard. No whistle blown. They'll play on Larson. Maybe got away with a great step. Step up here on the left side from Olvera. Pachuca trying to sell this one. Well, get the whistle of Victor Rivas. Here's Lozano. Eric Gutierrez really trying to sell that he was fouled hard there near the box. Inside Kevin Goldthwait. Jose Reynoso, I'm Rob McAllister. We appreciate you joining us here tonight from Sacramento, California. 3-1 advantage, Pachuca over Sunderland. Each team starting off this preseason tour in the United States with a loss. Pachuca like to head back with a win. Not a lot of work for Oscar Perez. A lot of touches early on. Had a couple of shots on goal from Sunderland. And in the last 45-50 minutes now, it's been a lone goalkeeper.
That was the first touch he's had.
You're right, in the second half here. There's Bolta. Bolta will come out of the game as soon as there's a stoppage in play. For Lozano, right winger, a midfielder, a lot of appearances for Pachuca. You look at the number of shots on goal, it is by a wide margin. Pachuca 15 to just 8. Pachuca really taking their time. They're going to kill the clock, I think, for the last 8 minutes or so.
Dominating possession. It's just, it's kind of what Sunderland, what are you getting out of this? You're not even getting any fitness out of this at this point. I mean, the only thing you're doing is risking injury out there. Kind of disheartening to see. You want to see maybe chase a little bit more. Maybe they're just thinking, let's just get out of here and get back to out to Toronto. But right now, Pachuca just dominating. I think this is probably the 20 or 30th pass in a row without Sunderland even getting a touch right now. And all Sunderland's doing is just walking around.
Just standing there.
I don't know what Abacad's doing. I mean, if you want to get something out of this, get something out of it.
There's a cross. Looking for Nilo Pan, who already has a brace tonight. One more goal, and he'd have 3 on the evening. Still putting the pressure on Pachuca. Quick touch inside. Nilo Pan with his back turn. Holding the ball, staying on his feet, still fighting for it. Whistle blown, too many. Flicks of the ankle there, and they'll pick up a whistle from Victor Rivas. So Saturday, July 18th, be sure to see the best of California Brew Fest. Perfect pre-match activity before the Republic take on Newcastle United. Of course, their horse racing as well each and every night. For more information, visit castatefair.org.
Bota's coming out.
Fernando Madrigal, midfielder. Trying to make the best of the last 6 or 7 minutes of this match here. But you're right, Kevin. It almost seems that Sunderland is just about quit.
They said they checked out. Let's see how long. Once again, going back to Pickford. Pickford's probably going to hit a long ball. Second ball is going to be picked up by Pachuca.
Becoming a fortune teller. It's the play that we've seen it over and over and over again. Sunderland's Rodwell, who scored the lone goal for the Black Cats. Defoe. Defoe had his ankle stepped on. And even that, Jermaine Defoe, very quiet again tonight. And it's interesting because when you look at the EPL matches, when he would score, he was so integral to what their success. Scored 4 goals for Sunderland a season ago. On each of those matches, it came away without a loss. So a key for this club looking forward is probably to get him a little bit more involved.
Yeah, and it's
if they can't, but injuries have set him back.
Well,
in
it'll be tough too if you think about it. If he's not happy playing out on the left and you got a disgruntled Defoe, not a good thing for the locker room. So, you know, he's going to need to find out a way or figure out a way, or Advocat's going to need to figure out a way to keep him happy and make him happy. And that's why managers get paid the big bucks for making decisions and doing things like that. As Larson puts a ball in the box here.
There's Larson. Brown.
So I can't believe how many times Wes Brown gets himself on the end of set pieces. He's not the biggest guy in the world. Just kind of shows the determination that he has in the box when set pieces are coming in. But time and time again, you think you see him get his head or get his foot or get on the end of some sort of cross or set piece. Time and time again, just one of those little things. The crafty veteran that Wes Brown is always able to find himself in good positions in the box and set pieces.
Rosado fighting with Larson, trying to shrug him off. Good ball through here. Here's Watmore. Duncan looking, finding a teammate, looking for Danny Graham. Danny Graham turning. Defoe streaking. Another chance to the right side. Here they come. Another time as, again, Pachuca's defense is coming up strong and a hard push from Duncan Watmore.
Danny Graham had a good look there right on top of the penalty spot. Just a poor first touch as him and the substitute. Watmore plays the ball into Graham. Watmore does a good job is that, you know, that productive, proactive first touch. Yet Danny Graham's first touch just lets him down.
How strong is Ariel Gualpan? And there's the difference tonight. That play is exactly what you
very
can.
Symbolic
it's very symbolic of the entire night. Is just the hustle, the pace has just been the favorite Pachuca pretty much since you could say the 10th to the 15th minute.
He hasn't slowed down a bit. He's still running all over the field, looking for balls, looking for opportunities, defending,
and Jose getting something out of it. You're not seeing any of these Sunderland guys, in my mind, getting anything out of this.
Well, and what do you get from not being tired? And shouldn't you be exhausted after a match like this? There's really, you've got a plane flight, you've got a match of the 22nd, you've got a whole week.
To be fair with them, I mean, they're putting in a good solid week of work coming off of 2 nights rest, and these guys are playing, you know, here we are, 180 minutes in 3 nights. So I guess to be fair to them, they could be tired now, but still, you're out here, you got 5, 10, 15, for the last 10 minutes, a lot of guys walking around waiting for that final whistle. So I don't know, there's a reason why you're playing this game. There's a reason why it's a good strike here by now Gualpan again, turning the ball. Doesn't catch it as cleanly as I think he would have liked, but still hit with enough pace. But I don't know, if you're Advocat, you'd like to see your guys just get something out of this.
Final moments here from Bonniefield in Sacramento. Whistle is blown as Danny Graham able to pick up a foul. And see if Sunderland can get back on the board. They have not scored since the 4th minute. Jack Rodwell from strike from 20 yards out. It was a beauty, and it looked like Sunderland was going to take control of this match, and quickly the tides have changed. And Pachuca has just outplayed Sunderland. Most of this one here in California. Victor Rivas is trying to direct traffic, ensuring Lozano takes a few steps further back. That back line, Ken. There's Larson looking for a back post. Here's a header, trying to poke it high and dip it up over the hands of Oscar Perez. Just a little too strong, and again, it will remain 3-1 and a failed opportunity for Sunderland on a set piece.
Danny Graham, like to see him finds himself in a good position. Need to get on target, challenge Perez, make him work a little bit.
So no time will be added to this one. Also likely to blow the next few 30 seconds or so. Final throw in here. Pachuca will likely eat up the clock here. So Pachuca will even up their preseason play with a win here after a tough loss in Austin, Texas to Chivas. Maybe one more good run here for Pachuca. Oveta to the right side. That's cross sent in. Looking for Nalpan, and Nalpan not there, but that will be it. The final whistle blows. Pachuca will come away victorious here. 3-1 win over Sunderland. Couple of braces from both sides. Sunderland started off strong, could not continue, and the Pachuca fans will be all smiles for the rest of the weekend as their club will head back to Mexico with a big win. Guys, in 10 seconds or less, your thought here really on Pachuca owning this here in the last really 80 minutes, you could say.
Yeah, you know, weathered the storm coming out. I think they showed a lot of character coming out, getting a goal conceded early, coming out, kept to their game plan, did a really good job for the final 80 minutes or so.
Real simple. Ariel Nahualpan.
That's it. That's all you have to say. We'll have your stats, your highlights coming up. Stay tuned after the break.
You get it. You know the difference between throwing some style and throwing your money away. That's why NorCal gets Honda Accord. More power and luxury than Camry, and it costs less to own than a Subaru. And look at the gas mileage. 50 with curves like that? Crazy. It's why Car and Driver named Accord a 10 Best a record 29 times. So when your Northern California Honda dealer offers $189 a month on a new Accord, you know what to do. You get it.
At UC Davis, the lives we touch inspire us. One team, one choice. One UC Davis.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino. Aquí. Spray Dan. Oh, yeah. Don Ovan.
I think that's me.
You guy. It's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So Hat-Trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go. Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
Glory, glory, Sacramento. Glory, glory, Sacramento. Glory, glory, Sacramento. The Republic marches on.
Here's what's coming up for the Sacramento Republic. Another friendly tomorrow night, but the 1st of August, as we will see the Seattle Sounders and those two clubs, Sacramento and Seattle, right there at the top of the USL Western Conference standings, and a big match for Paul Buckle, Kev.
Paul Buckle, first USL match. Going to be a big game for the Republic as well, with that being an important game in the standings in the Western Conference. So the official USL Paul Buckle era begins then, and you need to get a result, Rob.
And a couple of Colorado Spring matches as well. The Switchbacks right there in the thick of things. So Sacramento has a very important August coming up. And let's let you know that also the Sounders match will be on the CW31. So tune in for that. Couple of big TV games
on the way for the Sacramento Republic. Let's go back to the start of this one. Early on, it was Sunderland. A couple of set pieces and making Oscar Perez work. And right back to Pachuca, but Pickford played steady early on, and then guess what? Rodwell, very strong coming in the second half.
Great driving run right through the middle of Pachuca's defense. No one steps up. Is able to hit a hard shot to the goalkeeper's lower right for the first goal of the game.
But Jose, how quickly the tide changed. Here it was.
What a great goal scored by Nahualpan. A header right across the outreaching goalie. He did a good job of reaching for it, but he just put it perfect.
They just seem to put a lot of pressure on Pickford tonight, and again, and another set piece almost finds the top corner. And here was probably the most beautiful cross pass we've seen tonight.
I was amazed at the calm that Nahualpan takes. Just like he knows exactly what he's going to do. He's not going to overthink it, or he's just going to come right in.
And then on to the second half, as after the sun had set, Pickford continuing to get peppered from the offense, and then a beautiful strike again, and Pachuca just able to make it hurt, and that would be the decisive 3-1 victory.
Beautiful goal, beautiful cross by Irving Lozano. The failed penalty.
A chance by Buildup to get in, and Buildup could not make it happen, and a continuing fighting effort from Sunderland and Pachuca not able to come away with one more here. And again, Pickford tested from all different sides, but that right side was a real issue for Pachuca tonight.
All night
smiles, and they'll come away with the victory here in this matchup between the Barclays Premier League and Liga MX. And Pachuca just played overall better. Let's take a look at the final stats here. 3-1, and corner kicks, we didn't see a lot of them tonight, but the difference right there, shots that were taken. Pachuca, more opportunities, better chances to score.
And the one we're not seeing is time of possession. I'm sure Pachuca absolutely dominated Sunderland in that category tonight, especially in the last 20, 30 minutes of this game, with just simply great possession, side to side, front to back, waiting for gaps and spaces to open up. So good little performance. Pachuca's going to go home feeling pretty good. Sunderland's getting on the plane tonight, heading to Toronto with some work to do. Some fitness. Absolutely. You're going to have to get out there and really kind of figure things out a little bit better. As we talked about earlier in the broadcast, losing becomes a habit. Winning also becomes a habit. In your preseason, you need to keep that in mind.
And for these guys, when you say it's all about just getting fit, well, I think that, the traveling schedule is one thing, and there's not the grueling travel that you might see in the EPL just because of distance at times, but it's all part of it, right? It's all part of that mental part of the game that they need to get ready as well.
I mean, you really do, and it's always the fallback is, we're working on our fitness. Fitness is an important part in preseason, but I'll say it again, it's a habitual thing. If you're winning games, you're figuring out to win games, that is very, very important for a club.
Final thought, Jose.
Pachuca's ready to go back. They're going to, finalize a couple little moves that they're still working on. And but you pretty much saw the starting 11 players out there, and Diego Alonso's happy with what he saw on this tour, and now it's just a matter of getting back and getting ready for the season, which starts next week for them.
I think you can take a loss like we saw in Austin for Pachuca, because I think they played overall well, and I think you can definitely deal with that. So Diego Alonso, a happy man. Advocat, not so much. Sunderland 0-2. They'll head to Canada. I want to thank Franklin Pictures, our executive producer, Jeff Butler behind us, and Eric Castillo, our help up here in the booth for Kevin Goldthwait, Jose Reynoso. I'm Rob McAllister. We appreciate you tuning in for this one. Pachuca wins 3-1 here in Sacramento, California.